God, it's Friday. I know you expect me to say Friday, but we'll leave that for today.
I know you couldn't wait. It's a beautiful week so far, and we're already in full weekend mode. On Fridays, you know how we do it.
Yes,
and it's going to be really special today on Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, we are. We are here early and sharp to help you start your Friday like it's the weekend already.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to welcome you to the show. It's a special edition of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Yomi Ope.
And I am Mary Bashwa Alimi. You can keep up with us online from anywhere you are right now. Stream us live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Yeah, send in your comments across our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of them.
Yeah, and you
use the
can
hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Remember to do so. And of course, talking about our mobile app, you can download that from any Android or iOS stores to watch us live on your mobile devices.
Yeah, so let's go straight. Let's dive into the weekend, shall we? Now, giving us good music this morning is #1 Black Queen, Sophia, who is an Afro-pop and dancehall artist. And something special is going to be happening.
Now, if you're in the creative scene, stick around for IP and litigation practitioner Tope Salami, as he will be discussing the music business in Nigeria and the collection societies.
And for movies, we're going to be taking a look at nominations and the latest on the forthcoming Emmy Awards.
A big one, that one.
Sharp Objects.
And of course, the EPL is still in full swing. As always, the review and preview will be coming up later on the show.
Now, for fashion today, we have Titilaya of Vibes of Design, and he will be giving us the best ways to rock urban and Afric streetwears.
Also joining us for a chat later on the show is the MD CEO of Rugged Records, Ruggedy Baba, popularly known as Ruggedman.
Yeah, friend of the house.
But I know if you let you rub me up and down, Nick just met you. You say now stop and search.
There's a handsome-looking SARS officers there. Now, we will be joined by Nigerian vocalist, dancer, and lyricist Yinka Davies in the building. That is the incomparable Yinka Davies.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, her career, I think, spans like 30, 35 years. Yeah. And she's absolutely amazing. Jazz, Afrobeat, traditional juju music. She's on all-rounder.
I've seen her perform live. I think that was about 13 years ago. I was at a restaurant where there was a private event. And the energy.
She's powerful voice.
My gosh. And you know, she's so tiny and she's moving around the tables and
yeah.
I was like, wow.
Now, there's something about energy that you can communicate even when you're not moving around. So I've seen her also perform just standing, you know, because there was a mic, the mic was inside a mic stand, so she couldn't really move around. So she wasn't holding a mic, just performing to the mic, standing there, and her voice, she was just belting out. You know, so I mean, that's the kind of thing that you want to hear. And it gives you a memorable experience, like a memorable performance.
Like it even lifts your spirit. There's just something about her. She's exciting to watch. She's just vibrant. You want to just feel really good.
Take us back to the days of great voices. You know why? Because now a lot of our performance have to augment with many things. Yeah. So you have
the
auto-tune, belly dancers, and then you have to jump around the stage and really try to whoop people up. Or now you even have a hype man. So you have a hype man, and then after the hype man, then is you. Then you're hyping the crowd, and you always see new artists doing this to get people to jump up and all of that. But back in the days, you didn't need to do that. You just used your voice to bring people up.
As in voice that can break glass. All those kind of powerful voices that will give you inspiration.
Yeah.
And there's so many artists today who actually have them, but they are not being, maybe because of the kind of music that is prevalent, it's not something that is really acceptable or celebrated. But anyway.
We do have to take the news now, and this month's National Economic Council meeting has come up with some recommendations that will stimulate growth and development. The National Livestock Transformation Plan was also on the agenda of the meeting, presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Senior correspondent Femi Akonde has details.
Thank you.
It may be safe to say that the governors are all on the same page on the proposed National Livestock Transformation Plan. To this end, the National Economic Council has proposed 100 billion naira for the commencement of this program, which is to encourage animal husbandry in the country. The Ebonyi State Governor explains that this is entirely different from the rural grazing area, Ruga, that has shed its fair share of controversy among Nigerians.
The committee proposed an implementation guidelines to guide federal government and states. 100 billion budget was proposed by the committee to support the project. Federal government is to contribute 80% in grants to support states, while states will contribute land, project implementation structure, personnel, and 20% cost of the project. Council resolved today that there is need to look at the Transhuman West African Regional Protocol. You cannot allow such movement of cattle without registration and monitoring.
One disturbing matter discussed at the Economic Council meeting is the increasing loss of oil revenue caused by oil theft, vandalization, and illegal oil bunkering. Nigeria already stands to lose a whopping $2.7 billion this year alone.
The losses that were recorded for the first half of this year were broken down into as follows. The Nembe Creek trunk line, the NCTL, lost 9.2 million barrels. The Trans-Niger pipeline, the TNP, we lost 8.6 million barrels. The Trans-Forcados pipeline, TFP, we lost about 3.9 million barrels on that line, while the Trans-Escravos pipeline, TSEP, we lost about 877,000 barrels.
On the economy, the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council briefed NEC on prospects and challenges, and also on the performance of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, which they say has positioned Nigeria as a force in building a competitive economy with an impressive rise in the global ranking on the ease of doing business.
We've moved up 24 places in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business ranking, and 32 Nigerian states, led by Kaduna, Enugu, Abia, Lagos, and Anambra states, have improved in their ease of doing business environment. And that an independent survey adjusts Nigeria's reform as impactful in terms of reduction in time, cost, and procedures of doing businesses.
The Economic Council, under the leadership of Professor Yemi Osinbajo, between 2015 to April 2019, have passed 173 resolutions in 38 meetings that is believed to have had significant impact on economic growth and development. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the closure of business and forfeiture of assets of Process and Industrial Limited to the federal government. Now, this judgment comes after the two defendants were found guilty of 11 count charges against them. Moya Thomas reports.
The federal government has followed up on its pledge to bring to book all those involved in the Process and Industrial Limited scandal, with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arraigning two persons involved in the deal. A commercial director of P&ID Incorporated in British Virgin Islands, Mohammed Kuchezi, and its representative in Nigeria, Adamu Usman. They both pled guilty to 11 count charges bordering on economic sabotage, tax evasion, and money laundering. Justice Edward Eko, who made the order for the winding down of the businesses and forfeiture of their assets, says the punishment meted out are enshrined in the law, Advance Fee Fraud Act and Money Laundering Act. The prosecutor and defendant to the forced convict says the judgments are in order.
And because the charges were against companies under both the Advance Fee Act and the Money Laundering Prohibition Act, the court ordered the winding up of both companies and the forfeiture of all their assets to the federal government of Nigeria.
And I think it is the right decision. Having considered the facts and antecedents of the matter. So that is the right thing to do.
A 3-member arbitration panel found Nigeria guilty of breach of contract and awarded damages of about $9 billion to PNID. The PNID case has generated a lot of clamor in the country, and with the swift judgment today, it is expected that this will bring respite to Nigerians and buttress President's agenda on fighting corruption. Moya Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, that's it on the news update for this hour. The weather is next, and after that, a quick break. So looking at the various headlines, different stories going on, let's look at the Vanguard, shall we? PNID, Nigeria bids to quash $9.8 billion award in UK court, and PNID officials plead guilty to fraud charge. A court orders forfeiture of assets in Nigeria. Nigeria coercing false testimony from our associate PNID alleges, and Falana Hill's judgment. Nigeria's legal team meets in London. And up here, NEC raises concerns over clash with new Economic Council and why we dialogue with bandits, IGP says. And federal government in fresh talks with World Bank over $2.5 billion loan. And down here we have some other stories. Nigeria lost 11 trillion naira to power sector corruption since 1999, says a report. And body of SANs calls for creation of separate courts to handle election cases. Power, don't deceive us, the transmission company tells Discos. And border closure means fortune for rice millers, poultry farmers, CBN Governor Emefiele says. And stakeholders here are talking about how we're coping with bad roads, refuse, and insecurity, others in Lagos. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
The Punch newspaper is what I have here, and it says, xenophobic attacks, Nigerians boycott trips to South Africa. I haven't sold tickets to Johannesburg for 2 weeks, and that's coming from a travel agent. Nigeria SA proposed commission to end attacks on foreigners. Up here, we see Nigeria approaches World Bank for fresh $2.5 billion loan. PNID disowns officials as court orders firms' assets forfeiture. With fraud conviction, $9.6 billion UK court judgment cannot stand. That's coming from the federal government. Conviction sham. Suspects no longer are employers' representatives. You find that on page 21 of the Punch newspaper. Here we see CBN restricts Forex for importation of cassava products. Suspend deposit charges, consult stakeholders, reps tell CBN. Federal government okays 100 billion naira for livestock scheme. picks 7 states. Very interested in that one. So down here, we see Nigerians react as Unilag invites MC Oluomo. Jilted man commits suicide in Lagos. Ogun cultists kill 15-year-old herbalist during supremacy battle. Elumelu, confusion as PDP BOT chair secretary disagree. Ekiti mother, 2 children die. Father hospitalized after Amala meal. Talks with bandits like Niger Delta militants, dialogue. That's coming from the IG. Okay, so there's a photo story here showing the scenes of an accident on the Enugu-Port Harcourt expressway on Thursday, just yesterday. All of the stories and more in the Punch newspaper today.
Now, The Nation has the headline, $9.6 billion judgment. Court liquidates PNID affiliate. And firms forfeit assets to federal government. Nigeria gets advantage, says AGF. And legal battle in UK next week. Up here, we have some stories. Households, CBN's charges on deposit plan. Panel to engage bank. And floods sweep through Oyo, Kwara, and Edo, properties affected. Nigeria, World Bank in talks for $2.5 billion loan. Push against poverty. And 481 billion naira lost to oil theft. And inside, how Nigeria can survive by Bisi Akonde. And at the bottom here, we have 1 or 2 other stories. 614 billion naira bailout. Governors reject repayment plan. And the states offer 70 million naira monthly. And Dangote Cement creates 25,000 jobs. And the federal government states councils share 720 billion naira. That's the story on page 11. And that's what we have on the cover of The Nation.
All right, the Daily Sun newspaper here. Federal government floors UK firm PNID. Court orders forfeiture of assets to Nigeria for failing to pay tax. Officials plead guilty to economic sabotage charge. 614 billion naira bailout. Governors there, federal government, give condition for loan repayment as federal government, states, local governments share 740 billion naira in August. Down here, we see Economic Council proposes 100 billion naira, excuse me, proposes 100 billion naira to fund livestock program. Federal government seeks $2.5 billion World Bank loan as $1.3 billion crude oil lost to pipeline vandalism in first quarter. Nigeria may never celebrate 100th independence unless, that's coming from Akonde. Xenophobia, Nigeria, South Africa to hold binational confab. All of these stories and more in the Daily Sun newspaper today.
Now, we've got The Guardian here and the headline, controversy over reps move against CBN cashless policy. It is aimed at enriching a privileged few. And experts say order violates regulators' autonomy. Policy not feasible in Nigeria economy yet. And down here, PNID kicks as court orders forfeiture of assets to Nigeria. And a number of other stories here. Page 4, we have we're reconciling accounts ahead of 614 billion naira loans repayment, says governors. And finally, government excludes foreign herders from 100 billion naira livestock scheme. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian this morning.
I believe that's about all we can take right now. We have to go on this break. Stay with us. It's Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you for staying tuned. It is time for Lagos traffic updates on Wake Up Nigeria. You know, it's Friday, and when we talk about Friday, Lagos roads on Fridays can mean 2 things. It's usually extremely bad Oh, extremely good. I'm about to give you tips on how to quickly get to your destination this morning. And of course, you can send in your messages on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Let us know what the traffic situation is where you are and perhaps take a traffic selfie, okay? All right, so let's get started. As usual, I'll start from Orun-Shoki to Obalende Bridge. Looks like a good day to be on the 3rd Mainland Bridge because it will take you less than 45 minutes. I'm not even kidding. So if you set out from Orun-Shoki about now, you would spend just about 40 to 45 minutes to get to Obalende Bridge. So here's how it goes. Getting on, of course, the usual coming out of Oru, pockets of traffic here and there, but mostly freeways, so don't panic. Getting on the bridge, though, it's a freeway. I mean, it keeps going on and on until you get to the Unilag access, okay? But it's very light. It's just light traffic. It isn't even up to 2 minutes, okay? After which, of course, it's free-flowing traffic, no gridlock there until you're approaching Adekunle, when you would experience a bit of traffic again, just light traffic again. And then it eases out until you actually get to that intersection. That's via Clinic Road, by which Yaba connects to the 3rd Mainland Bridge. That's where the traffic starts to build up, and then it becomes a bumper to fender gridlock. And it continues that way until you get off the bridge. But don't worry, it's just for a short while. In fact, it's less than, let's see now, you're just going to spend about 9 extra minutes there. So basically, you spend just about 30 to 35 minutes on the freeway on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. And from there, it's eases out, becomes light traffic approaching Osborne Bridge. And by the time you're past Osborne Bridge, it's free-flowing until you get to Obalende. So don't you worry. Your journey promises to be super smooth this morning. If you woke up late, hey, is there any such thing as a good day to wake up late? Well, looks like today is your lucky day. I don't think you'll be getting into any trouble today. Okay, so from there, we move to Ile-Epo access. That's for those on the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway area. So heading to Oshodi Bridge right now. Leaving Ile-Epo, there is no traffic. It's free-flowing. I'm telling you, it's free-flowing even up until Iyanopaja. So it's just as you're about to reach the bridge, the traffic starts. And it doesn't even start light, too. Just instant gridlock, but it's just for a few minutes, okay? So as soon as you pass the bridge, that's the Iyanopaja Bridge, you're good to go. It's just light traffic afterwards, and then it eases out. And it continues like that. My goodness. It goes on and on and on and on until you get to, in fact, past Cemento. I'm not kidding. Until you're approaching, as you're past Cement, that's where the traffic gets really bad. In fact, sometime around Cement, you will experience the gridlock, but it starts at pockets and then it becomes really bad. All through till you get to Idimangoro. In fact, it goes through Idimangoro. Yeah, so the traffic continues that way, which is quite shocking because that access is always free until you get to Ile-Ezik. But I'm sure you'll be fine. As you're approaching Ile-Ezik, the traffic suddenly eases out, but it's just temporary relief because as you're approaching Ile-Ezik, closer to Ile-Ezik, you will begin to experience the traffic gridlock, and it's bumper to fender all the way till you get to Ikeja along. As soon as you pass Ikeja along, it becomes light traffic, and that light traffic continues until you are past National, okay? So as soon as vehicles going on the Ikeja Bridge turn, if you're still going towards Oshodi, it's free-flowing. Yes, that's where the free-flowing traffic starts, and it continues that way until you get to the arena as usual. So at the arena is where the traffic begins to build up, and the gridlock starts just before the bridge. But don't worry, I'm sure you do well. You guys have any tweets for me on the traffic situation?
I just wanted to mention before I read 1 or 2 tweets.
Okay.
So on my way this morning when I was arriving around Ojota area, I saw that there was a lot of traffic. There was a trailer facing oncoming traffic around 7-Up. I don't know whether that has eased off now, but that was just about 25 minutes ago. So that was a major traffic builder.
Okay.
Because traffic was building really quickly when I noticed. Yeah?
It broke down. Was it an accident?
I don't know if it was broken down because it was on.
Okay.
So maybe they're trying to make their way, or maybe there was construction going on. But there are 2 trucks facing oncoming traffic.
I saw a lot of trucks or trailers
at
this morning.
7-Up. So I wasn't sure what was happening just before 7-Up, opposite motorways. So you might need to look for alternative routes if you're going in that direction. That's all from me here.
Okay. Okay, so that's it for now. But a quick one. If you decide to make a detour, passing Maryland to CMS this morning instead of using the 3rd Mainland Bridge, it's one of those rare days when you spend just about the same time on that axis and the 3rd Mainland Bridge. So whichever route you've chosen, you'll be fine and you arrive safely at on the island, rather. All right, that's it on the Lagos traffic updates this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. I'll be joining the guys in the kitchen, and of course, we'll have our conversation via the gist.
Okay.
So,
so update on what we spoke about
So
yesterday.
you remember that we said that this this serial killer, after seeing all the reports on the news, might attempt to leave the States and just keep a low profile, which is what happened.
Which is what
and they got him yesterday, trying to leave. I think he was going to Calabar. I don't know if you have.
He said it was was on his way to Uyo. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was on that.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a straight route.
Yeah.
So as though you're leaving. It's like when you're leaving Lagos to Benin and all that kind of expression. So we don't know exactly where he was going.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm happy. I hope.
It's the right guy.
It's the right guy, because I know how easy it is in this country to slip past anybody.
Yeah.
So, I could be in a... So, I'm not trying to doubt them. I'm trying to say, and we have to ensure that some people like this at times, they have accomplices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ensure that you've done enough. Let's make sure this is the right person and all of that. He allegedly has also confessed and all that. And... yeah.
Well, not to discredit the police. The thing is, all over the world, you have to pick somebody up. That's the idea of investigation. Whether or not the person is the right person, you have to pick someone up. And people look alike. So if the wrong person has been picked, it will also still lead to the right person, because it might be his brother, it might be some kind of relative of his, and then it becomes easier to even track the person down.
So let me read the Nigeria Police Force Twitter handle, because that's where they made the release. That was yesterday. I guess that's why the newspapers don't have it. It says, serial killer nabbed by police in Rivers. The notorious serial killer, Gracious David West, was today, that was yesterday, September 19, arrested by at Police NG in Rivers. And then it says the 26-year-old killer from Buguma local government area of Rivers State he's a member of a cult, apparently, and he was arrested along East-West Road en route to Uyo. Yeah, you're correct, Mike. He was going to Uyo from Port Harcourt, and he has since made useful statements to the police. And investigations are ongoing to ascertain his motives, which is one of the things we talked about yesterday. Why is he doing it?
Why is he doing it?
And so that's it. I think, of course, with a lot of responses from Twitter users and many retweets as well.
That guy, I've always wondered what goes through the minds of people who commit crime. And as much as you'd like to make room for them, because you've probably done NLP.
Neuro-linguistic programming,
As long as you try to make room for them, a crime is still a crime and you have to get punished. These are people's sisters, daughters, wives, and their lives were snuffed out.
Somebody just come and say, let's go for mental evaluation. These people, the way they used to do, Oga, while you are mentally evaluating him, be evaluating his body. Look, he has to pay. If he is to, and all of that. And it's something also that I don't know how true this is, but he was said to be rehabilitated by a church, OPM, and he was amongst a group of cultists.
Before now?
Yes, before now. But what actually happened was that he had already, while he was rehabilitated, he had committed some crimes, and they had reported him to the police. In fact, he was actually on the run. So he had been reported to the police. So this is somebody that had been rehabilitated and all that, like a cultist and all that.
I would really like to interview this guy, get to know what was running through his mind, the reason for the crime, get to actually understand his motives. Because it doesn't make sense. And then the craze he had for the white handkerchiefs, tying their necks, their mouths, and all.
So I think maybe that's where they got the occultic idea that this person is a cultist.
And then one other thing is that I don't know how the video, there's also a video that is now out showing him answering questions.
Okay,
I don't know
so
how that came out.
sometimes I think those things usually come as a result of a lot of pressure on the police. So until something becomes, until something comes out and becomes an uproar, the police, maybe they take their time in doing it. But after the women's protest on Tuesday, it really, really galvanized the entire nation, because now everybody was talking about it. The international community was beginning to take notice that there was a serial killer in Nigeria. So that is why the police then decided that, okay, you know what, in order for us to prove that this is the right guy,
let's release this. So
let's release this video.
It.
So I think, and then there's some certain details about the killing that that the guy would bring up, that they would know that it's only the killer that would know. So I guess.
Yes. And that's the thing. No matter how well you see the crime scene, there's always something that you won't see that whoever partook in that particular crime would have seen, and it would be proof that, okay, you are the one who did it. And
so I think they're trying to find out if he was working with other people, because that's also a possibility.
It is. No matter how clean you are, at some point you get so comfortable you start to make mistakes, and then you start leaving clues. That's usually what happens. The first two times, maybe no clues, but subsequent times it might be maybe his fingernail or an item of clothing.
Look, I just hope he's the right guy.
Yeah, I hope he's the right guy. And someone wants
they say he's made a confession.
They made as in the right guy, and that it ends here.
Not like
a copycat person.
I see reason in what you're saying, because for you to say this guy had a case of mental whatever history, it might just be doing it for the fame. Like, okay, I look like the guy, let me come and take responsibility.
We've seen cases of people confessing doesn't mean people confess under duress and all of that. But I'll just say that CCTV, if you can have that across a lot of places in Nigeria.
Somebody was saying make it a requirement if you're building a hotel to have CCTV.
How can a hotel not even have it? It's ridiculous. Anyway, we have to take this short break. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Hey guys, it's Friday, and we'll bring you the very best music on Wake Up Nigeria and Yinka Chiku Sophia Igboanugo. She's going to correct me if I'm wrong. Now, she's known by her stage name, Sophia, and she is an Afro pop and dancehall artist. Her songs are mostly inspired by her past life experience. She's really young, so I don't know what she's talking about with past life experience. But she is also known as the #1 Black Queen. She is the first ever winner of the Youth Expression back in 2014, and she's been doing music for about 6 years now. Hey, Sophia, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Happy Friday, like we always say.
Oh, same to you.
You've been doing music for 6 years. And tell us how it's been now.
Well, definitely, it's not been easy, but
breaking into the music industry is really tough.
Very, very tough. But I'm here, and passion drives me still. And definitely one day everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so like many people, you started out in church, obviously.
Of course.
So tell us how that was, and that journey for you, starting out in church, building your talent, and then of course you're still in church, you said, but you're still doing studio music, and so talk to us about that journey.
Well, basically, I just have love for music, and most people actually start in church, and after being in church, I discovered my style of music, and I decided to focus my attention to that direction. And I'm doing well.
Excellent. So, of course, you do live music, you do studio work. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer the energy of live music, or you just like, look, nobody should see me, let me just focus on the song and focus on my craft?
Of course, I prefer live music. I mean, the energy is always different. Of course, I'll definitely prefer live music.
So what do you look for in a producer? If you're looking for a producer and you want to engage them, to work with them, what are the things that you're looking for?
I have to listen to the producer and know if my sound would go with his, definitely. I like producers who don't sound the same. People who stand out, of course.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely. When I hear something that's different from what I've been hearing, so yeah. That works for
Afro
me.
Afro-pop is, are you doing Afro-pop because Afro-pop is popping? Like it's what's reigning now? Or this is just what you have found and discovered about yourself that, look, this is who I am, Sophia silver hair, everything. Like, is that who you are?
Yeah, Afropop is everything to me. Afropop is life to me. I enjoy doing Afropop, and that's why I decided to do Afropop.
Anyway, guys, Sophia's going to be doing something for us today. It's called I. One, I. That's what she's going to be doing. And she's ready for us right now. And let's do it.
Yep.
And is it bad cause I'm bad like that too? I'll be on the phone and baby, you know I'm down. No.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for that, Sophia. All right, it's time for us to talk about the music business. And it's right that we are talking about it right after that performance, isn't it? Well, the creative entertainment sector in Nigeria remains largely unregulated and confusing, especially for up-and-comers in the industry. This morning, Tope Salami will be focusing on the music business in Nigeria and the collection societies. Thank you so much for joining us, Tope Salami. Now, just so you know, Tope Salami is an IP and litigation practitioner called Tiba in 2014. He currently offers strategic business and legal advice to clients ranging from entertainers to entertainment outfits. And it's such a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Same here. Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so everything we're talking about this month has to do with the music business.
Yeah, sure.
Today, we are still talking about the music business. However, with more focus on collection societies. Now, for the benefits of those who do not even know about collection societies or the existence, what's the function of the collection society?
Well, one of the functions of any collection society, as the name implies, collection, will be to collect royalties from certain organizations, TV stations, hotel, radio stations, transportation companies, etc. What they do is they collect on behalf of artists, TV stations. Of course, they play most of these music videos. The radio stations, they do the same thing. So they just collect, and at the end of each quarter, then they give to these artists.
Okay, so money is collected from the stations or wherever,
yes, from
such
IP
music.
users, from certain IP users.
Great, and then it's paid to the artist.
Yes, I'm paid to the artist.
The collection society has a percentage of the payment, right?
Yes,
Just about how much?
30, 40, depending on the arrangement.
That's because they enforce it, right? Or how do they get the money? What if the radio station or the TV station feels, oh, we're even doing the artist a favor by playing their music?
Well, there is an arrangement on ground between TV stations, radio stations, and these collective societies. Okay. There is a proper monitoring channel. Okay. They monitor everything. Everything is so, interlinked and interwoven. Due to the monitoring channel, they monitor what TV stations, what they do, what they play, radio stations, what they do.
Okay, now, for a young artist going into the industry, of course, you're desperate to have your songs get some airplay. And so you rather just run around radio stations, TV stations to get your songs plugged. Now, after getting your songs plugged, you register with collecting, it's COSON for Nigeria.
Yes, or Musical Copyright Society of Nigeria.
Okay, great.
That was established in 2017.
Okay. Is it compulsory to register in this societies or this collection societies as an artist?
Well, as an artist, it is not compulsory, but it is advisable.
Okay.
Yes, so you can easily trace your royalty.
Okay. As an individual, can you follow it up yourself instead of going through a collection society? Like, I'm due this royalty and I expect to get paid.
No, you have to follow it up through a particular society.
It has to be followed through.
The society is a body.
Okay.
And the body represents the artist.
Okay.
So it is advisable, it is necessary, and it is needed that, a body does this for you.
Then what happens when a station or something refuses to pay? Is there any consequence? What would be done?
Of course, that's an infringement of the artist, copyright Yes, copyright and intellectual property right, and proper steps will be taken.
Okay, okay. So it's important for
it is
those
important.
payments to be made,
Yes,
right?
it is very important.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for being on the show, Tokwe Salami.
You're welcome.
All right, there's much more to come in the last hour or the second hour of the show, so don't go anywhere. It's still Wake Up Nigeria.
The weekend is here. Who's excited? I know I am. You know, some people are going to be getting rest this weekend. Well, some others are going to be working, but yeah, we're happy that it's Friday and we welcome you to the show.
Well, it's been a beautiful week for us at this end. We hope it's been the same for you as well.
Yeah. Now, of course, you know, it's Wake Up Nigeria, and we're saying Happy Friday. I don't know if that's a thing.
It's TGIF.
TGIF.
Thank God it's
Thank
Friday.
God it's Friday. Okay.
TGIF. Yes, that was.
Anyway, my name is Yomi Ope.
And yes, I am Mary Bashra Alimi. It's the start of the second hour, so stay tuned for much more because we have loads of stuff for you this hour.
Now, you can stream with us live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Also sending your comments across our social media platforms using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yeah, we also have a mobile app available for download both on the Android and the iOS stores.
Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world. You really should check it out if you haven't.
Yeah, of course, there's going to be something special happening in the kitchen today. As usual, Chef V is in the building. I don't know if he's in the kitchen already.
Chef Uncle V.
Chef
he
Uncle
is
V.
already there.
Good morning.
Can see him.
Chef Uncle V is going to become Chef Zaddy V.
You never say daddy, you said Zaddy.
Yeah, that's what they're called now.
Zagadat.
Apparently that's what they're called now, Zaddies. Anyway, so something is going to be happening in the kitchen. I'm sure that
you are the one spending time with him in the
kitchen.
kitchen.
Oh, I'm in the kitchen with.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's all about muscles and looks in the kitchen. I wish Titi was here. Today would have made a day. I would rather a weekend.
Anyway, so straight to the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Very shortly, Mike is going to be giving us all the latest nominations in the forthcoming Emmy Awards.
That's right. And of course, you know, the EPL is still in full swing. And as always, the review and preview will be coming up later on the show.
Now for fashion, we have Titayo of Vibes and Design, and he will be giving us the best way to rock urban Afrique streetwears. Urban Afrique. Urban African. Now joining us for a chat is the MD, CEO of Rugged Records, Ruggedy Baba, popularly known as Ruggedman.
You say now stop and search. It's okay if you have your warrant, but if you don't have it and you still search me, your heart is blacker than current. Okay, back to the matter. Make we no vex scatter. If I don't do anything wrong, me no they go anywhere, officer.
Finally, we've got. Well, go ahead.
No, it's all right. You go ahead.
Now we've got Nigerian vocalist, dancer, lyricist Yinka Davies in the building. You need to stick around for this one. She's amazing.
She wasn't vibrant enough. She's wearing yellow again. Anyway, you have to stick around for the games, which will be coming up later on the show as well.
We've got games.
She has ginger, man. Yinka Davies. Whenever you see her on stage, she's energetic, effervescent, and the older you get, I think the more you should always try to let out that something and all of that. So it's cool.
No, Yinka Davies is amazing. I think I'm seeing movie tickets in your hand, Mike. I don't understand.
I have like 20 movie tickets.
20?
Or give me all of them at once. Like, no, this one's not all those.
Okay. So this is like a fastest finger thing.
Okay, so this is 4DX, yeah?
Yeah.
This is 4DX, and it's just for hops and shore, right? But since it's 4DX, we're giving each person that wins to win 4 tickets.
Nice.
4 tickets, sharp. Just go with 4 people.
With 3 people.
So if you've not, just for those that have not, if you've got to 4DX field, just leave. You don't need to answer. But leave it for the people that have not felt 4DX. So some people have a lot of people saying hops and shore. But hey, if you've not felt in 4DX, it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the first time I went to see a 4DX movie.
I hope you didn't run off.
No. Okay, so I knew what I was expecting. I expected a bit more because I know that it uses basically the elements. There's fire, there's water, there's air.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting more heat, but there was no heat. But I know there was water, and also guys were just like, then we just saw some people was there shouting. So it's a cool experience. So 4DX tickets per person, 5 winners. I have like 20 tickets here.
Yeah.
Just the Emmys, we're going to be talking about the Emmys later on. Just listen in at that time. I'll give you all at once. No need to this team.
So 4 tickets per person.
Per person, 4.
And then you can take,
so 5 winners today.
Yeah, 5 winners.
Family
Just
members,
get everything.
okay.
So the fastest to answer the questions. Remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And tag any of us.
So we're giving out 20 tickets.
Okay, so it's
20 4DX tickets.
Yeah, so it's during the Emmys. So it's very simple. We'll reel out the Emmys and you just predict the winner.
Okay.
Right? So just predict the winner.
So
for the different categories.
The person hasn't even won.
So you predict. No, you predict. And then the it's going to be on Sunday. So what happens is that if the person you predict wins, you win it.
Instantly.
Instantly, sharp.
Predict it for
So that's it. When we get there.
Well, I've got Chef V in the building.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, I'm liking that Friday feeling that you're giving us this morning. So something special is happening in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And you know, it's always very nice when 2 guys are making it happen in the kitchen because all the ladies can then relax and just have the food later on. Anyway, so Chef V, I'm seeing mackerel and I'm seeing garden egg.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing regular eggs. So tell us what's going on here this morning.
So today we're making pan-grilled mackerel.
Pan-grilled mackerel.
Yeah, and garden egg, fried garden eggs.
Fried garden egg, pan-grilled mackerel.
Yeah.
Okay, so this looks like a healthy meal.
Yeah, very healthy.
What's that egg doing there? I don't know what that egg.
Okay,
so that will go with the with the
right here we have egg whites.
Egg whites, okay.
Yeah, the egg without the yolk. So we're going to do that to this also as well. So I just want to show how to do it.
Okay, so we're going to demonstrate how to take the yolk out of the egg.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go over the ingredients for palm grilled mackerel and fried garden egg.
Yeah.
So let's go over.
So we'll have our garden eggs, thinly sliced.
Thinly sliced garden egg.
You have a mackerel. The market is called Titus.
Titus yeah. So
fish,
if you go to the so that's it on the screen there. So if you go to the market, just ask for Titus fish.
Titus fish,
and we'll give
have
that to
our
you.
seasoning. We have cayenne pepper, salt, and vegetable oil.
Yeah, so pretty simple, something straightforward. This is something you should be able to deliver in, 25 minutes?
Yeah, or less. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see the frying pans on, they're heating up there. So maybe we should just get to it.
Okay.
Let me help out. So what happens first? Okay, so first we'll sort out the eggs.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you need a bowl for that?
Now this is how to get the egg whites easy. It's quite technical.
Neat, because I know that I've tried it before. I just made a mess and then
really
the yolk
technical.
just spilled all over into the thing. Okay, so it's a bit technical.
Very technical.
So, but some people break the egg and open everything in there and then look for a way to scoop out the yolk.
You can actually get the yolk scattered.
Yeah, so that's what usually happens to me when I try it.
Drop this here.
Yeah. Okay, so you crack it and then open it a little bit,
allow it drop.
Allow it drop. Okay, cool.
So right now what we're going to do is we're going to put a bit of cayenne pepper. And a bit of salt.
A little bit of salt.
Yeah, very little. You don't want that salty feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a pinch seasoning.
A pinch of seasoning, okay.
Seasoning, yeah. And
So I'm still wondering how you're going to... Okay.
Stir this and... Okay, we can...
Okay, so put this back
Yeah.
on. Okay, so a little bit of that. Are you putting any in here as well?
A little for the fish.
A little bit for the fish, since we're pan grilling it. And roll that around.
So all we have to do now is toss this.
Okay, so toss. Okay, so it's pretty simple and straightforward.
Yeah,
so toss this in there.
Toss it inside.
Do a mix.
Yeah. So you have all of the salt and cayenne pepper on the...
I'm gonna try this weekend. It looks like a... Ooh, careful. Looks like an exciting meal. Let me just help out with this. That heat is really on it. Well, I hope the camera can see that. So these are my hands, guys. These are my hands actually putting stuff in there. That's one more. Chef V doing the holding, assisting me to make this happen. Now, so this is the first time ever that I'm seeing this, and I think it's really, really nice. Just gonna.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you try not to eat regular.
Yeah, so probably Saturday morning when it's a bit relaxed and chill, I'll just drag my kids to the kitchen and then we'll do some experimenting. I'll take photographs and send to you.
Yeah. Now flip this. So you have all of the cayenne pepper on the crust.
Yeah, I can see that. Very nice, very nice. Chef V, man. You're like an inventor when it comes to food. Anyway, so while this is going on, while this is frying, it's time for us to take a look at... so check it out. We're back in the kitchen with Chef Yomi and Mr. V.
Sous Chef Yomi.
Sous Chef Yomi. Okay, so anyway, so let's just remind our viewers what we're doing here today.
Okay.
So there's fried garden egg. Is that what we called it?
Yeah.
Okay, fried garden egg and pan-seared mackerel.
Mackerel, yeah.
I'm good. All right, so we already started frying the garden egg.
Yeah.
And we just showed them how to do it, and we're going to do a little bit more of that. But now we're going to do a bit something with
the fish.
With the fish.
Yeah. So the whole idea of getting this right is adding oil to your pan first, rather than putting the oil on the fish.
Okay.
Because you want it to be in one piece.
Right.
So we're going to season this with salt.
So you already put a little bit of pepper on it?
Pepper, depending on how much you like pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and a bit of seasoning.
So a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
And you are ready to pan-sear
So
the thing.
What we do now is we gently lift this and we drop it.
So you do it gently so it doesn't break up?
Yeah. And when you put it, it tries to pop, so you press it down for a bit.
Okay, so it doesn't pop?
Yeah. So you...
Okay. It's very... So press it down a bit.
Yeah.
So how do you then ensure that this thing cooks through?
Yes, the heat.
The heat. So you just maintain and continue to allow it to sear until...
on both sides.
On both sides, right. Okay.
And the good thing about fish is it doesn't cook for too long.
Yeah. So you just need just a little bit of time on it. So it also looks like this, the oil here is heating up as well. Okay. So maybe I should just help out with that while you're taking care of business on the other side. This is a partnership. Yeah. Okay, so just in case you guys didn't see this earlier on, we used egg white, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, so the egg white. And then we put some cayenne pepper in it. Yeah. A little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt. And then we just chopped the the garden eggs and threw them in. So very simple.
Easy does it.
Yeah. And you can see it frying, and it just takes a few minutes, just about 2 minutes or so, or 3 minutes at the most. Yeah.
On both sides.
On both sides, yeah. And Chef V doesn't even need me to, I mean, he's just letting me do whatever I like right here. So I'm turning it over, Chef V.
Yeah.
So tell me if I'm doing it right.
I mean, it's a very easy meal.
Just hang on to that for me. Yeah, it's quite simple. That's why I said this weekend, this is definitely what I'm going to be using to relax. So just flipping that over. There you go. So let that fry a little bit longer. So Chef, mine is slightly browner than yours. I think it's because of...
No, I actually prefer it that way.
Oh, okay, so it's, yeah.
So it's okay. So we're going to flip this.
So while we're frying, while I'm frying the garden egg, Chef V is working on the fish, the mackerel. Yeah. That's what it's called, yeah. Or Titus, for those of you who go to the market. So I'm going to be pulling this out from here. Could you just hand me that thing there, please? Thank you so much, Chef V, for teaching me this. All right, so while this is happening, I know Mike is wondering, my culinary skills are obviously, I mean, okay, so Mike is on the couch right now, and the EPL has been on. And Mike, why is jealousy worrying you just now?
Please, before you talk about EPL, that fish that you are frying there, you know, Chef, people should be careful there. Don't fry that fish and let the fish still be complete by the time you are done with the frying.
Well, I can only see two pieces of fish here, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You mean there's 4 or 5 there. Right? Anyways, Chef V, I know you're an Arsenal fan, by the way. Right? Yeah. He's an Arsenal fan. It was a good one, a big one.
I'm impressed.
For Arsenal yesterday, up against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Europa League, 3-0 away win. Well, as you know, our regular host, regular co-host on this segment, of course, sports analyst, reporter, and of course, anchor, Mien Akiri, is also an Arsenal aficionado. So it was a good one for you guys yesterday.
Well, good one for the Gunners yesterday. Emery, one way or the other, got it right this time around. Frankfurt are a decent side, especially going up front. They've got good qualities going for them. But then, surprisingly, it wasn't their day in front of their own fans. And
their own fans.
Arsenal came to the party.
We had Willock.
Got the job done.
We had
Saka scoring his first goal, creating 2 assists. You know, following the footsteps of Tammy Abraham. If there is one talent Nigeria mustn't miss out on, maybe you should start thinking of that young lad, Saka, at a spot in time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have quite a lot of them. So let's get straight into it, of course. The EPL match day 6 of 38 in the EPL. And it's interesting, of course, Liverpool are 5 points ahead of Manchester City.
That's massive.
And let's talk about it. How surmountable or insurmountable do you think that lead is at this early stage?
Very, very early. Very, very early. It's too early to predict anything at this point in time. But the surprising thing is the fact that with 5 games on, in the season already, you've seen a massive 5-point difference, which shows that Liverpool mean something different this season. Manchester City, sadly, at this point in time, have injury worries. Pep Guardiola also not getting his starting lineup rightly. Underrated Norwich, not the best of attitude last weekend. And then we also talked about Norwich City last weekend. We felt going up front, they're always exciting. But at the back, will they keep it up with Manchester City? It was a different ball game.
I mean, when we saw that match,
they came to the party, played good football all 90 minutes, and before you could say Jack Robinson, indeed,
we can probably see a clip of that match. That Norwich Man City. Let's see a clip of that.
It was indeed the best of football from Norwich City last weekend.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Norwich City up against Man City, and of course, enabling Liverpool to get that 5-point lead and all of that. Like Mian said, it's early times, but you know that Liverpool hardly lose. I feel that it's early times, but I feel like it's quite surmountable. And it's something that will put Guardiola on his toes. And then Man City are at their weakest points.
They lead fixture as far as English football is concerned in all competitions. It will be the 61st meeting between these two sides. And interestingly, Liverpool have always been awesome in recent years. Every time they come up against Chelsea. The two teams will also hope to forget their Champions League woes at this point in time. Not a good outing for the Reds
English clubs
in Italy. And then indeed for Chelsea, they had the opportunity at Stamford Bridge. Barkley losing the penalty.
Before we go on to the match, let's talk about that penalty. Let's talk about ruckus that happened there. What do you think went wrong? Chelsea up against Valencia, 88 minutes, penalties coming on, 3 players arguing over it. What could have been done better?
Well, at this point in time, I'm sure the manager must have had, a dressing room showdown with his players. And the most important thing is to have a player who would always take the penalties at any point in time, except you decide to say, okay, I want to give the ball to the next person. But Ross Barkley majorly wanted to take the penalty, got the nod, but sadly blew it wide. But the good thing is, Tammy Abraham is doing very well. He's a top marksman in the Premier League at this point in time. Facing the likes of Virgil van Dijk and other Liverpool players is indeed another asset test. What Abraham needed in the first place was an opportunity, was a break. He's gotten it. He's indeed held that with both hands. But then facing arguably the best defenders in world football, Virgil van Dijk, at this point in time, is another asset test for the young lad.
So what do you think would happen in that match?
Well, I think I see goals in this encounter.
You see goals?
I see goals in this encounter. You've seen in the last 11 meetings, it's only once you see a Chelsea side not score against Liverpool.
Exactly.
So let's see who gets the job done. For Liverpool, they've got their front three oozing with confidence. Sadio Mane, Salah, and then you've got Firmino. So let's see how they will indeed cope against the young Chelsea side.
All right, wonderful. Manchester United will be up against West Ham. And now we've seen that Manchester United is faltering at this point. Of course, they got a 1-0 win over Astana yesterday, which was, of course, they had to wait for a long time to get it from Greenwood. But do you see West Ham? It's no longer a surprise if West Ham should get a result against Manchester United.
Well, sadly for Manchester United, they've not been consistent. And indeed, for you to indeed be the best team in England, or indeed be one team to be feared by any opposition, you need to be consistent. They started on a good note against Chelsea, winning by 4-0. But then they've indeed been on the downward trend since then. Not been consistent. Astana yesterday indeed with a very late goal coming in that encounter, just a lone goal. But then West Ham United shouldn't be underrated. West Ham United played a goalless draw last weekend. One player you must indeed watch out for is the young Englishman, Declan Rice. Questions have been asked. How good is Rice? He's made it to the English national team. There was a battle between England and Ireland as far as this young lad is concerned. At the age of 20 indeed, he's doing a very good job.
He is.
Don't underrate him. Another player to watch out for also is Diop. West Ham United have got what it takes to indeed contain Manchester United, who have not been consistent.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. Kudos, Arsenal. Let's see what you do against Aston Villa this weekend. And I love when the Gunners are doing well.
Emre should have played for last weekend.
He should be played, right? Okay.
The players who were going to keep the ball, but they gave up the ball out easily.
Wonderful. If we leave it with me and here, we're going to be here for the next 3 hours. But thank you very much, Mian, for always coming around. It's always great having you. All right, let's take a break now. Don't go nowhere. We will be back with fashion on the other side.
It's still Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to do fashion. Yes, so it's the weekend, so we got to get ready for the Uwambe. Today, it's Titayo Adeboboye. Now, Titayo is an African fashion designer who is currently a material engineering student. Yes, check out that melange in the University of Lagos. He is the creative director of Vibes of Design, the maker of Urban Afrique clothing, and today is going to show us some of his designs. We can't wait to see it. So for your kind of, what you're studying at school, how are you able to combine this with your fashion business?
Okay, actually it's way different.
Okay.
At first I didn't even like the course, but, but then I studied and I noticed that it actually relates, and there are so many things I can do with the course and fashion.
Wow. So it's kind of like dives into the fashion itself.
Yes.
Wow. It
goes way, way deep into
inside.
fashion.
Wow.
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay, you know what? Let's take a look at your designs. You know what they say? You have to feed your eyes to have a good understanding of what it is about. So we take a look at the very first design. So you tell us about this. Please come in. Thank you. All right. So this is the first design. When I see this, I think of the beach. But you tell me about this.
Okay, this design is actually from my recent collection, Shine.
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 Okay.
And this shirt actually gave me the opportunity to speak to youths about being confident about themselves and coming out and just like be bold.
Okay. Okay.
So here it says
okay.
Don't let them kill your vibes.
Oh, okay.
And here it says you are different, embrace it, change the world.
So it's not just an ordinary t-shirt on shorts.
No.
It represents something.
Yeah, it speaks.
So you made this shorts.
Yes.
As well as what's the idea of this?
Okay, this is a Russian babushka, so I just decided to just implement it because it's cool. So I just like it too.
Oh wow, this is another way to look at fashion. Thank you so much. Can we take a look at the next design, please? Okay. There's a lot of beachy stuff going on here. Okay, so tell me about this one.
Okay, this one was actually inspired by, you know, world music, Contagious.
Okay. Oh.
Like the old blue vibe and everything. There's so much like happiness going on here.
Okay.
I don't know if you see, but
okay.
And I paired it with Comfy by Bola on Slides.
Okay.
It's actually one of my cool friends, creative friends. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can we take a look at what this looks like at the back? Okay. So it's what's the idea of this? The sewing, that is. What's the idea behind it?
Okay, this sewing is actually different because I try to keep it urban.
Okay.
And, you know, creating and building the new, like, African streetwear mentality and
okay. I love the colors.
I
love the colors. I actually love the fabric you use for your designs. What are they called?
This is Adire.
Adire.
Adire tie and dye.
Okay. But this is a very lovely type of tie and dye. Thank you so much. Can we take a look at the next design, please? This is really nice. Okay. Tell me about this outfit.
Okay. My sister inspired this outfit.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
Okay, this outfit is just, it is a shirt dress.
Okay.
100% cotton.
Okay.
And with fringe.
You made this?
Yes.
You made this? Wow,
Yes.
I actually thought it was just a regular dress you're putting stuff on.
Nope.
This is lovely.
Yes.
Okay, so the cotton with fringe, okay.
Yes, then I decided to style it with the scarf, VOD scarf.
Okay.
And that's all Comfy by Bola on Slides, and that's
okay.
all.
This is nice. I actually like this concept.
Thank you.
Well, very lovely. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So it's just plain at the back.
Yes, just plain.
Okay, so it's very nice, very nice. Thank you so much. Can we take a look at the next design? Okay. I like this. Tell me about this one.
I call this Baba Energy.
But you see, there's a lot of vibes going on this one.
Because there's like so much energy.
Okay.
And like sometimes there is like this feeling that we can't just express it. And it's just too much.
Yeah.
So this is that.
So this is energy.
This is
and
just
it looks
pure
like
energy.
something very comfy to really
yeah, it is actually
throw your
very
energy
comfy.
around and all.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look at what it looks like at the back. It's buttoned.
Yes,
button up.
button,
Okay,
button.
so it's not like the others that's sewn in like.
No, actually.
Okay, this is like a bandana. I actually thought it was a hat. Tell me about this one. Why this?
I call this Killer.
Killer.
Skilla.
Skilla.
Yes.
Hey.
So it's like a combination of a scarf and it looks like a filler from the front. So
Okay, so
just the make.
That's
Yeah.
a new word you made up.
Yeah.
So a skilla is a combination of a scarf, which is what this is, and the cap in front. Take a look at what it looks like in front. I was deceived by it as well. So you're looking at a cap in front, but it's actually a scarf. Nice. So this is a skilla, according to Vibes of Design. Nice. Okay, thank you so much. I guess we have one more design, the very last one. Can we take a look at the last design, please? Thank you very much. Okay, this one is very different from the ones you've shown us so far. Tell me about this.
I call this the Black Sun jackets.
The Black Sun
jackets.
Black Sun jackets.
And paired with the Black Sun jean.
Okay.
This is like the demonstration of energy, still demonstration of energy.
Okay.
There's just a little demonstration here.
But there's a lot of demonstration from this side I'm looking at.
Yes, this is the core.
What is this?
This is like, I call this the core.
Okay.
Like, you know, the sun has it like its core, and like there's so much energy, like
You made this
that's the
yourself.
power. Yeah, it is an embroidered jacket.
Okay.
So just the energy and
So the black and white, the white is a contrast to show the energy on it.
yes.
I really like this. I really
Thank
like
you.
this. This is lovely. This
Thank
is
you.
lovely. The bottoms and the shirt itself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So that's about it. Titayo Adeboboye, fantastic
please.
designs. I
Thank
really
you.
wish you the best. I think you look good.
Thank
you
you.
made this yourself?
Yeah.
I never thought. This is nice.
Okay.
This is nice. So what do you call this one?
No name yet.
No name yet.
Do you want to name it? Do you want to name it?
Yeah, I'd rather not. Not
Okay.
yet. All right, guys. So that's it. Talking about Urban Afrique clothing, courtesy vibes of design by Titayo Adeboboye. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
We have more. Mike is on standby right now to talk about something that has to do with football. But let's join him to find out more.
HIFL, the Higher Institution Football League, is an annual football competition amongst Nigerian higher institutions, and this year's edition is just around the corner. It is also sponsored by Indomie, and we have Aramide here from Indomie to talk about that. And of course, Olamide, he was here last year he's the Chief Strategy Officer for PACE, the organizers of HIFL. It's great to have you both here. Wonderful, wonderful. So HIFL this year, what are the plans for HIFL this year? What are we expecting from HIFL this year?
Thank you for having me again. It's a pleasure to be here. Over the past 3 months, we've had about 60 games in 20 different cities.
Okay.
Of course, these games have included largely universities across the country, about 32 of them. And as it stands now, we have about 4 of them left in the semi-finals.
Okay.
So for us, it's about continuing to give sustainable pipeline for opportunities, especially as it concerns student athletes in Nigeria. Okay. But also, most importantly, try to put Nigeria on the global map when it comes to collegiate sports and youth empowerment. So IFL this year, 32 universities, 20 cities, about 60 games down, 6 games to go. More excitement for teaming fans, and of course, we're excited to have our sponsors Indomie.
Yes, Indomie, talking about this, why was this a good venture for Indomie to come in?
Okay, so over the years, Indomie has been a part of this kind of initiative. We've sponsored a lot of events like this as such, so we deem it fit to be a part of the life of the youth of Nigeria. And once again, I feel it's a very good initiative because this is a platform where the youth are coming together to exhibit their talents and all, and that's what Indomie is all about, giving them a support, and making sure that we nurture and keep being there for the youth. So why not support IFL?
All right, so that means that there are a lot of prizes down on the Indomie side for people who win and all of that.
Yes, there is, because we're one of the sponsors of the program, of course, and being on the IFL, going with them to the universities, on the tours, we've been engaging the students with a lot of activities.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
There have been games going on, there's been a lot of wins in the schools, and as well, we're trying to make sure that we introduce our brands to them, make them interact more with the brand, get more familiar with it, so then they can understand, okay, this is where we stand. And
This is what you stand
here.
for. You stand for this. Wonderful. Yeah. So let's look at the schedule. What's the schedule for this year's finals? When, where, what do we need to know?
Okay, absolutely. We have about 4 teams left.
Okay.
Again, for IFL, for us, it's about not only talking about the universities, but also the team brand. So for us, we have the OAU Giants, that's from Obafemi Awolowo University. We have the Uniben Royals from the University of Benin. We have the Tillers, University of Agriculture, Makurdi. And of course, we have the ASUT Explorers, that's from the Enugu State University of Technology left. Okay. So these are currently the top 4 teams in Nigeria. And for us, beyond this ride, which is something we would always continue to say, Indomie not only brings validation to the project, it also brings a lot of excitement, like Haramide actually mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
For us, and as you would find across our social media pages at HIFL Nigeria on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, you would find that quite a lot of activities, some of the most fun activities have been brought in by our sponsors. And of course, Indomie is right there, you know. So for us, it's not only about organizing football, it's also about bringing the entertainment that our sponsors engineer.
So they share when is the competition going to?
Yes,
the finals?
When we have the Super 4.
Okay, the Super 4, yes.
The final and the third place on the 26th of October at the Agege Township Stadium.
Wonderful.
However, we have the first leg of the semi-finals next Wednesday.
Okay.
And of course, 2 weeks after, we'll have the second leg of
Is it open to people to come in and be a part of it? Is the entrance free, or do people have to pay?
Yes, for campuses, yes, it is free.
Okay.
For the Super 4, for instance, it is paid for. However, it's highly subsidized by one of our other marquee sponsors, Stanbic IBTC. So anybody who wants to enjoy good football on the 26th of October at the Agege Township Stadium by the top 4 varsity teams in the country should be at the Agege Stadium on Saturday.
Wonderful. As a brand, you guys have been doing a lot. What else? With this one, is there any other thing you're doing concerning all of this or outside this to also engage the youths?
Yeah, okay. So aside from being a sponsor of IFL, over time we've been engaging with the students of different universities. So on these different campuses, we have our Indomie campus ambassadors there. So they are students of the schools. We come together. They are there to represent the brand. They interact with the brand. They give information about the brand. Also, they're there to also give ideas to the brand on how we can better improve their schools, are there projects we can sponsor, are there things we can put on board. And at the end of the day, we once they are done with the university, we do employ some of them to work with the brand as well. So it's a win-win platform for them.
Wonderful.
And it's been very, very wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay, so now I know that the finals is still up in front, but you said next Wednesday, that's when there's the semi-final. So this is what's going to happen. We'll still get to talk more about this some other time, but thank you very much for coming on the show today.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much, Olamide and Oramide. All right, so that's it, of course. That's all we can take for now. We'll take a break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back with the last lap of the show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's still the feel-good edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, it is. And of course, it's Friday, and so much has happened already. There's still quite a number of things to come on the show, though.
Yes, indeed. Now, do you have plans for the weekend? You should share them with us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
You know, I'm super excited we still have the next 45 minutes here with you.
Yeah.
My name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
And this gentleman with the cup of tea in his hand, just looking. What did you just say?
Can you just say your name already?
My name is Yomi Ope. Now you can stream with us live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook as well at TVC Connect.
Also sending comments using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Yeah, then of course the TVC app is also available for download on the Android and the iOS store. Now this awesome app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Absolutely anywhere. Now joining us later on the show is Nigerian vocalist, dancer and lyricist Yinka Davies, talking about what to expect in the course of the show today.
She's already in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
She's here.
My strength, and that's no lie.
What
Yes, so, and of course, Friday on Wake Up Nigeria is game day.
You know,
Yes, you should say it the way Titi does.
Well, I don't know, maybe Mike can try it.
Well, you probably should.
You know, when Yinka Davies...
I was confused.
When Yinka Davies walked in, she was very gentle, very calm, whispering, you know, as if it's not how we just saw on the screen.
Ginger.
She's pretending.
Ginger is she's saving it for the right moment.
For the right moment. When you pay her, then
you just see.
Exactly, she does it for the money.
Yeah.
Right? And I think she enjoys this music itself.
Yeah.
I see the way she sings and performs. You can tell it's something she really enjoys doing. That's what they say about doing what you love doing to make money.
So you can do it for free, you know, when you love something like that. You say, Sister Yinka, please, can you come and inspire the youths?
You tell your landlord, I'm doing it for free.
The days of doing it for free
they are long gone.
You know, they tell us, say, brother Yomi, Sister Yinka, you know, you need to inspire the next generation. So come on do this thing now. You know, let them get some inspiration. I mean, we need
There's inspirational quotes on Google. Go and check it out yourself.
Mary.
Bills have to be paid.
Last hash, Mary.
Yes, indeed. And of course, so we're going to be taking the news now. I mean, there's something I wanted to say, but let's just leave that for later.
You should probably just quickly say it. Don't keep us angry. Just quickly say it.
I was going to say something about when I was an artist manager.
Yeah.
That's many years ago.
What haven't you done? Okay, go on.
You people stop, Jerry. So anyway, back then, you would go for an event and you would never be sure if you're going to be paid. That's the truth. So you get there, wherever it is, whether it's Lagos, Ibadan, you know, they make you perform first. So it's not like, and then usually what they pay you out of gate takings. So at the end of the night, maybe at about 4 in the morning, they'll then just come and squeeze something into your hand.
Squeeze, meaning it's not even...
Yes, now. So if you people are in Ibadan, that's your transport, it's terrible.
Don't squeeze in the news so that...
Anyway, let's take the news now. And this month's National Economic Council meeting has come up with some recommendations that would stimulate growth and development. The National Livestock Transformation Plan was also on the agenda of the meeting presided over by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. It may be safe to say that the governors are all on the same page on the proposed National Livestock Transformation Plan. To this end, the National Economic Council has proposed 100 billion naira towards commencement of this program, which is to encourage animal husbandry in the country. The Ebonyi State governor explains that this is entirely different from the rural grazing area, Ruga, that has stirred its fair share of controversy among Nigerians. On the economy, Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council briefed the NEC on prospects and challenges, and also on the performance of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, which they say has positioned Nigeria as a force in building a competitive economy with an impressive rise in the global ranking on the ease of doing business. The Economic Council, under the leadership of Professor Osinbajo between 2015 and 2019, have passed 173 resolutions in 38 meetings that have had a significant impact on economic growth and development. Now, over in Delta State, the efforts of the Delta State government to fix the failed part of the Benin-Warri Road is resulting in hardship for motorists. But state officials are calling for more understanding from road users. Their hope to get freed from the gridlock lies on the contractor handling the project for the Delta State government, as the Commissioner for Works and for Information are here to ascertain progress made. Another deplorable road which the Delta State government is fixing is the busy Asaba-Onitsha end of the Benin-Onitsha road, which is causing gridlock due to the influx of traders going to the popular Onitsha market. A notorious serial killer, Gracious David West, has been arrested by the police in Rivers State. The 26-year-old from Buguma local government area, who is also a member of the Degbam cult group, was apprehended along East-West Road en route to Uyo from Port Harcourt. He has since made useful statements to the police, and an investigation is underway to ascertain his motives and possible accomplices. Commissioner of Police in the state, Mustafa Dandora, will brief the media on this significant breakthrough today. Thousands of protesters have gathered at rallies around Australia as a day of worldwide demonstrations calling for action to guard against climate change. The demonstrators called for their nation, which is the world's largest exporter of coal and liquid natural gas, to take more drastic action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The protesters are demanding that government and businesses commit to a target of net zero carbon emissions by 2030. Well, that's the news on Wake Up Nigeria for today. Now, Mike's going to be giving us the sports update after the weather forecast. You people are arguing already on the... These two are arguing. These two are... Okay.
I don't know what's it with you guys.
Okay, so it's a special day, guys. You know, we talked about two special people that are going to be joining us on the show today. Ruggedman and the one and only Yinka Davies. Now, just in case you were born in the last 15 years or 10 years or so, let me just introduce Yinka Davies to you. Now, she is a Nigerian vocalist, dancer, lyricist, judge of a reality show.
She has been in the entertainment industry for 28 years.
She has a lot of energy.
31.
Yeah.
That's
31 years.
She's an officer of the entertainment industry.
OOEI.
You're me. So if you're an artist and you're new in the game, you have to put some respect on that name.
Yeah, of course, Michael Ugochukwu Stevens. You people know him now, this guy. Who started his career abusing rappers way back, like.
Sorry, I don't know what you're talking
You were pushing a wheelbarrow in that video. You don't remember?
You were complimenting him. Do you still want to continue?
No, he's my guy now. Ruggedman.
Would you still want to continue?
Okay, anyway, Ruggedy Baba. Now he's a no-nonsense musician. This guy, he stands up for people's rights, online, offline. You can call this guy anytime, and he will be there for you. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact.
For the improvement and promotion of good Nigeria.
So, but while he's doing all of that, he's still the MD and CEO of a company because he has to make money. And Rugged Records, 20th September wears, and of course, both of them are on the show this morning.
What's today's date?
It's today, 20th September.
It's
no,
his
it's
birthday.
not, Joe. Okay, today's his birthday. What? Man, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
After yabbing him.
No, I did yab him now.
It's live.
I don't even know how to... They gave us like 10 minutes for this whole interview. Like, I could spend 30 minutes with Yinka.
With her alone. True.
But we're so happy to have you guys. It's an honor. And you guys have made an impact in your own space. Yes. And so let's start with Yinka Davies. Ruggedman is our friend. He's a family member.
No, it's part of it.
But he's family member.
You don't know the kind of oppression he gives people. It's part of it. Don't worry. Don't start with me. It's there. No, ladies first.
I first noticed you when I was writing my jam back in...
No, they didn't. You see what? No, I want to see how you would take it. Because I keep meeting people, they say, I started listening to you when I was in secondary school. Like, okay. So please, continue.
No, but I'm not as young as I look. I'm just saying. But anyway, the first time I heard your voice, I was like, who is that? You know, the energy, the flavor, and the fact that you were bringing sounds from decades. You could sing in the 20s and just give us some smooth jazz and then bring us to the 70s. And, so how were you able, I don't know, I'm trying to find out where you got your style, your flavor, your influence. Where did you get it from? And how long did it take you to arrive at the essential Yinka Davies?
You may speak. You know, you call your program Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes.
That's it. Everything about Nigeria intrigues me.
Right.
Everything. Be it the conductor cursing away, be it the that's for me. That's my life. You know. I find that I trip on everything. I'm tripping on you guys taking coffee and you don't giving me any the cup. Exactly.
I'm clearing my
tripping
throat.
on everything. I look at the cameramen; they look fantastic. That's it for me. So, you are my daily routine. Not me per se, but whatever I see, we make sound as we go.
Now, 31 years in the industry is a very long time, and I'm sure you have...
Are you sure?
It is.
Am I aware?
It's older than I am. Yeah.
Oh, Father, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Okay, but seriously, 31 years in the industry is a very long time. And when you want to span it, it makes you know that there's so much memories packed in that. Fails, the good times, the bad and all. However, I want to take you down memory lane to when it began. Can you remember your first performance and how you felt, especially for the benefit of young artists?
Oh, that's the very question. I've never heard that question before. I like this one. Let's see.
I'm sure Moses was there. In the Ruggedman and John the Baptist.
I learned the sting in my words from him, actually.
1986. I did Apostle Secondary School.
Ijebu-Ode.
Lagos, what you talking about? You think we what? Big ups to Ijebus, big ups, because I have a Miaro Wofushe, Ijebu song, a Miaro Wofushe. So I'm a Nigerian. 1986, we went for expedition at this. I was in Form 4 at this time. Nigeria, Form 4. What is it called now? This generation.
Is it SS1?
Is it SS1?
SS1, GS1, GS2, GS3.
We don't have all of that.
So it's SS1.
Because we stop at Form 5.
Yes,
Thank
but
you.
our is SS1 and 3.
My time was SS1 too. So
you're not
until Yinka continues to
So, and then we were, my fine art teacher, because I've always, oh God, I was at the science class. You can't find me when you're looking for me. I mean, the fine art class. Hey, Mr. Vida, God bless him. I don't know where he is. Mr. Vida, I love you. I love you. Mrs. Olubabuku, my principal, she will kill me. But she's dead. I think she did. We call her Mrs. Olubabuku. It was such fun.
Yeah.
Then 86, we got to National Theatre. Everything about theatre was like, this is it. I told my principal, I'm not coming back to school. She looked at me. You are going to finish school. I said, wait. When I start making money, I give you half. You pay half of the school. Jam. No, WAEC. It was WAEC. And she said, it's a deal. That's how I forced myself to finish Form 5. Form 5, I forced myself. My first play, it was Efuru.
You used to do stage plays as well.
I still do stage plays, darling. I'm on stage right now.
Person,
On Sunday, I'm performing.
Nice.
Exactly. Tomorrow, this Sunday, I'm performing.
So it actually started from the stage?
From stage.
Wow.
But my first was fine art. So, and my drawings, when I saw the drawings moving at the National Theatre, I open and I say, wow, I like.
Did I do that?
My drawing is moving, like human beings moving. Exit, stage right, exit, stage left. See my hand is doing wrong movement. And exactly, I just said, that's it. And I got lost.
That's amazing. Wow. Now, Ruggedman, one of the things that you do, I mean, we've talked about the fact that you are a human rights guy. But every once in a while, when you do your programs, your concerts, you always remind us, and even the younger generation, about the guys that made it happen, that paved the way for the industry. Talking about that paved the way for this present industry of hip-hop, rap.
Of Nigerian contemporary music.
Exactly. Thank you for putting the English.
I try.
So all the junior and pretties, I can see them on your t-shirt. Daddy Shoki, Sonny Neji. But something is happening pretty soon. That's going to be tomorrow, actually, in celebration of your birthday and some concert. That
Not really a celebration of my birthday, but I call it the foundation concert. Like you just started saying, it's to celebrate entertainers who laid the foundation for Nigerian contemporary music. And it's not just about musicians, it's also about, I say entertainers, because we're going to have people like Kenny's Music, we're going to have people like GML, Ben Omage, who was like the first DJ. He used to DJ for Soul to Soul. People don't know that.
Soul to Soul, man.
Like he's dragging people from way back.
You understand? So what I just want, I've always been a person who likes to give back. I like to give honor to whom honor is due. I respect every creative in individual. So I've always wanted to do this. So I just decided this year will be the year. And it's called the Foundation Concert. It's happening tomorrow at the hotel. I have Plantation Boys, Remedies, Daddy Shoki.
You didn't invite Auntie Yinka.
We've been talking. She's already. See, the thing is, as I sit here, I can authoritatively tell you, God is my sponsor. I don't have one corporate sponsor. I'm doing this all by myself.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
You understand? I don't understand that too, but nothing stops me. When I decide to do something, as long as I know it's positive, I'm in. Mary knows me. As long as I know it's positive, I'm in there, whether I have support or not. And it will be done. Awesome. I believe in taking a step at a time.
That's awesome.
If it means this is really tough right now, but I don't mind. I'm taking one step. The billboards are everywhere. The buzz is everywhere. Trust me.
I've seen it.
The fact that I'm bringing Hazardous, Jasmine Olofi, Remedy,
these guys that
Plantation Boys, Daddy Shoki, Sonny Neji, Sound Sultan, Duncan Mighty, Shayman, Bigiano, and of course,
I'm sure there are people watching now. I'm sure there are people watching now that are just screaming on their couch. You understand?
You understand?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for me. And apart from that, I'm also recognized. I tell people that the Foundation Concert is to recognize, celebrate, reward, and educate people. Because apart from celebrating the entertainers, I'm also doing like a recognition award for 3 special people in Nigeria. One is the woman who composed the national pledge. Then the second is late Power Diasi, who composed the national anthem. And then third, Bakiomi, who designed the national flag.
Nice one, Ruggedman.
These are national heroes, yeah.
I think there's, I saw a performance of the national anthem that you just took to another level. I'm very curious to know how you take a song like that, an iconic song, and sit down with your band and you just bring something different out of it. You're almost taking it to another level, almost like taking us to heaven with some of these songs. How do you do it?
The freedom alone, free. How do you
must be a lover of this country to actually express and explain her to people.
Sure.
If you look at him, just listen to what he said now. I won't even think about that. I mean, have you observed that our generations are post apart? They do the boom, to go to. I mean, I'm wondering exactly what I mean. But I still love them. Yeah. You know, it's just that, and he's still doing exactly the same thing, but from a different angle. Simple. And I love you. I honor you.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
you. Know, I love you, Sha.
So
you understand? Okay, fine. So congratulations, happy birthday. I won't be there. That is for sure.
You know, this conversation has to continue, but we need to take a break, okay? And then, of course, I will come back to finish this up. There's the games coming up in a few seconds. Okay. As much as, yeah, look at me, you're on the games. All right, we'll be right back. Okay. I'm trying to mimic Titi, but it doesn't work. We'll leave it to her to say it's game day. However, the game today is between Ruggedy Baba and... We have not introduced you yet, Mike. And Mike.
Yo, one more fans.
And today's game is table soccer. So for the white team, we have Mike here. And for the black team, we have Ruggedman. Exactly. So the game is going to start now. We'll definitely be scoring them. This is what we're going to be using to score them. So whoever scores goals, we put it here. And of course, we're ready to start. So, Ruggedman, take position.
Okay, so you start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, be smart. All right, so at the count of 1.
Wait, what's your...
Okay. You put it in through here.
Excuse me. What do you mean?
Okay, let's go.
When you hear me say 1, start. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's too slow. This is so much fun. Oh my gosh. Mike scored the first goal.
Oh yeah. The ball is there.
How do I have a feeling you've been here for a while?
No, nothing. Just more.
Let's see. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No! Michael! Baddest! This is so much fun! This is your defense now, wow.
Nope.
Also good now, wow. Oh!
No!
Oh boy! Oh boy! What are you guys doing? This is the kind of match you want to be watching in Premier League, not the ones that will be making you want to cry. No, that was good. That was good by your goalkeeper there. Now, wow. Mike, what happened? Are you doing spin on? Hey, it's getting close. Okay. All right. It's time for you to go one leg. Oh my gosh. You have to score this. No! No! He didn't enter. Gosh, I don't know. So that's 2 goals for Mike. 2 goals for Mike.
Okay now.
Next time you jam any of your Man U players, I'll remind
They
you.
don't play this one.
We don't
play this one.
We'll flog them.
Well, you're working
Okay,
alone.
no, you start this time.
Okay.
No, he's called me now.
How many
No, you're the one
times
that's
do you-
I'll pass now.
You pass.
Well, maybe we should change it. So, okay, no.
I'm feeling that Mike jazz this color white. Okay.
You the fear defender now. They don't know it.
Lie. No. Bro, you got to vex now and win. Man U versus Liverpool. That's 1 goal to Man U. Liverpool is still leading.
She's saying that she's wishing it was Arsenal, but
Bro, calm down now. Let's not do this. You see? It's because you have us now.
The ref is not going to do
Femino.
Yes, you defended us.
Let's go there.
You have won. Leave that thing on Twitter. Leave it on Twitter. Oh yeah. Let me get you guys the ball. So you are 7. Let's go. It's too soon.
I know.
Oh boy, you're bad, go. Yeah. What is going on? The ball is just having a mind of its own today. Hey.
Own goal by my keeper.
Forward.
Exactly, that's own goal. Because I don't understand how that one take enter. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 4 goals to 1. Let's see whether Ruggedman can still save his pride at his birthday.
My pride has nothing to do with this.
Okay. Man. But Mike, your defenders are crazy. Really good stuff.
You don't know it.
Oh my gosh. No, I think the god of football is against
God of football. Okay. When Liverpool flog Man, you say God of football.
He has been going
God
through
of
a
football
lot.
kill you there.
He should have scored several times by now. 4-2. Okay. I think I should have mentioned God of football earlier.
Okay. Maybe, but we gotta go now.
All
We gotta go now.
Okay, so this match looks like it's making progress, and there could have been, there could have been even more goals on the show. But unfortunately, we have to go to the kitchen because breakfast is waiting.
Hey, make us go.
I know for sure that Yomi is waiting for us with Chef V and Yinka Davies. So that's where we're headed. And you guys should stop. We are going to the kitchen now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It looks like it was a fun game yesterday, just now with Mike and Ruggedman. What did you think of it?
Ruggedman not agree now.
He'll come and explain himself.
Better.
They're coming back inside in a few minutes. Anyway, Chef V is right here. And you're going to be telling us what you did before Yinka Davies takes a taste of this special meal.
So basically what we did is we thinly sliced garden eggs into this, and then we brought out the egg whites. We separated the egg whites from the yolk, and then sprinkled pepper, salt, and seasoning, and then we dipped the garden eggs into the mixture, and then we fried it.
Wow.
Then the same thing with the fish.
Very simple, about 25 to 30 minutes, and you're done. And we're going to be giving you a taste of this before Mr. Ruggedman arrives right here. Are they coming in?
Yes, we are coming in.
Yes, they are.
So Yinka Davies says that the game was rigged in favor of Mike. In favor of Mike. Please have a seat. Over here.
In favor of Man U, Gabi, in favor of Liverpool.
That's what they say when they flog them.
Agree.
You know it's my birthday, so and I like to give back.
Nice one.
Way of creeping in stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to see it.
Okay.
Even concerned about the sitting part of it. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Right, thank you.
So let's Rugged.
Is this egg?
You're right.
That's
right,
an egg.
you
It
are.
looks like cucumber, is it?
No, garden egg.
Oh, God. Oh, okay.
But fried. So
Stir-fried.
fried garden egg and
You look on his face.
This is Nigerian people.
No, it looks like
international.
Fish in the fish.
You know, we just
Exactly.
Right from where?
fish in the fish. Fish in the what?
Fish in the fish.
Fish
Both.
in
Fish in
the
the
fish.
fish.
It's so cute.
With fried
Come on, it's called
garden egg.
presentation.
Pan-seared,
Packaging is also there.
Okay, well, presentation.
pan-seared mackerel. What you guys in Nigeria call
Titus.
Titus.
You don't want to know what I heard.
Listen.
Pants here.
Pan-seared.
Pan-seared.
Don't mind
Pan-seared
him,
mackerel. That's what it's called, Rugged. So please have a taste. You can start from anywhere.
Ladies first.
No.
You know you guys were here before us, and suddenly you're now trying to get me to eat first. You know I'm Nigerian, African.
Let me tell you.
Do you know something I don't know?
Already, this one is a new development in Nigeria for me, personally.
Obviously, fried garden
Because
egg.
I don't understand. This is garden egg.
That was fried.
That was fried.
This this fried egg is normal.
I'm sorry, we have to go through this.
Don't blame us, yeah? Now, this fried egg.
You will eat it.
Fried egg activists are probably wondering why there's fried garden egg.
Fried egg activists. You know
Okay, there's egg and
So
egg.
they're both,
And they're not eggs, but you know, from.
So eggs and
They're
eggs
really
and
trying
fish
to
and fish.
explain this thing to me. Who cooked it?
He did.
It's the
Ross
chef.
Place,
No,
what did
he
you
did
cook?
as well. You don't point. You're always saying it's you.
No, yeah,
we
I
did
mean,
it together.
We did it together.
Yeah,
What's that supposed to mean? Did you come to the kitchen?
Sometimes a guy in the kitchen is a disaster. Now, two.
Okay, so we more or less gave you a stage play this morning. All right, please bite into it.
Oh boy.
But still, Yinka, ladies.
That's the situation. I don't eat eggs.
Okay,
They are sending us out
this
of
is
the
the
show.
tail
Wait,
of-
let us chop this thing first, so that they will not say they will not try to do something
worry,
before they
the
send us
movie
out of the show.
continues next
I like
Monday.
fish. I know. I said that as
If
long
you
as
notice, we both went for fish first.
A big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories on Wake Up Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Ensure you have a good weekend, all right? Bye for now.
Thank you, bye.